Hello again, everybody, and it's Genghis Mall, and this is part two on my thoughts and talking about the upcoming film, The Dark Knight Rises, the next Batman film, and as I've been discussing in part one, the two new characters are going to be Bane, played by Tom Hardy, and Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman, by Anne Hathaway. All through, it hasn't. I don't think there's been any official confirmation that she's going to play Catwoman. She's going to be playing Selena Kyle, but not well. Didn't it hasn't been written in stone yet that she'll be Catwoman, but I'm suspicious that seriously, whenever Selena Kyle and Catwoman go like bread and mayonnaise. So, but Bane has been confirmed, and like I discussed, Bane is a very important character because he was able to cripple the Batman. No one else is able to do this. Not even the Joker. The Joker was able to kill Robin. I think in A Death in the Family of Jason Todd. He was able to kill that one Robin, and of course he shot and crippled Barbara Gordon. Who used to be Batgirl, and now she's Oracle. And well, that's a whole other great story. That story is called The Killing Joke. Once again, another amazing graphic novel. This story even reveals that Joker's origins in DC lore, that is. But don't let me sidetrack. But it is an amazing story, The Killing Joke. If you ever want to take a look at that. Anyway, back to the film. It's so it's going to be interesting to see how the film is. While I was just talking about the Joker, I will bring the Joker up again. There have been a lot of comments on the internet that some people don't, out of respect for Heath Ledger, they don't want to see, Joker in the third film or even a cameo. On the other hand, too, some other people feel that, because Joker is such a huge important part of the Batman universe, they would at least like to see a little cameo of him. And I'll be honest, me included, and my own personal thoughts are, Christopher Nolan is, I guess, out of his respect for Heath Ledger, unfortunately Heath Ledger's passing, he doesn't, out of respect for him, he doesn't want to, have the Joker in The Dark Knight Rises, perhaps not even a cameo. And I can understand that. I can even agree with it, out of respect for Heath Ledger. But on the other hand, too, and forgive me if I sound a little selfish for this. And like I said, I respected the hell out of Heath Ledger, but just really because the Joker is such a huge, huge, huge part of the Batman universe. It's almost like how can I say? It just seems like the film would feel unfinished. The trilogy would feel unfinished if there at least wasn't a cameo of the Joker, or probably something, remembering what he did. I mean, after all, don't forget in The Dark Knight mentioned there was a bit in the film that kind of went went over what happened the first Batman film, Batman Begins. Like in The Dark Knight, there was a segment that showed this is a news report. And remember 1 year ago what happened in Gotham City when the Scarecrow, Jonathan Crane, released, gas all over Gotham City and almost destroyed Gotham City. So in other words, The Dark Knight was reflecting back to what happened in Batman Begins when Scarecrow had tried to release all this poison gas over Gotham City. And just for the upcoming Dark Knight Rises, we know that Batman is, being chased by Gotham police force because, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but, at the end of Dark Knight, Batman basically took the blame for the death of, Two-Face, Harvey Dent. And, he said, I was the one who killed all those people, and he did it, so he and Commissioner Gordon agreed to do it so the Joker couldn't have the last laugh. The Joker couldn't have the win. That Joker was able to turn Harvey Dent into a criminal. they didn't want the public to know that. So Batman basically took the blame. So I guess in the Dark Knight Rises, that maybe the opening is Batman's still on the run. He's avoiding the cops. He's avoiding the police because, they think he's the villain responsible for Harvey Dent's death. But so I guess they'll go with that. But really, what are they going to do about the Joker? I mean, are they just simply going to go along with Bane and Catwoman and just like simply pretend that what the Joker did never existed? I mean, Joker in the Dark Knight was literally took the whole damn city by ransom. I mean, I guess, like I said, I don't mean to sound selfish. I respect Heath Ledger. Out of respect for him, I feel that, leave his work alone. Don't tarnish anything, but on the other hand, for the Joker's character himself and what the Joker did, I don't know. I think something should be said. Like, at least you don't have to have a cameo of the Joker, but, at least, I guess, reveal that, like, that's something crazy was done. Like in The Dark Knight Rises, the upcoming film, just, have a newscast saying like, 6 months ago, this crazy man held a whole city hostage and, blew up a hospital. A hospital was blown up. It was a time of trials. You don't even have to mention the Joker's name, but kind of give the people, everybody, audience impression that, Gotham City remembers that crazy time, but when the Joker was blowing up hospitals and, making crazy videos. So, anyways, that's just a personal opinion. Let there be some relevance of what happened in The Dark Knight. So, and that's my personal opinion. And now, and I will say this too. The interesting thing is, we know Bane and we know Selina Kyle are going to be in this film. But there are still rumors going on. As a matter of fact, before, like I think about a month ago or 2 months ago, that Bane and Selina Kyle revealed for the film. Before all this time, there was a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors who the main villain would be in this film before, like, Bane, was revealed. And there still is, as a matter of fact, nothing's written in stone. There might be one more supervillain coming in the film. Who knows? But there was a lot of speculation that, the villain could be anybody. Some people even thought that it could be Two-Face, Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent never really did die at the end of Dark Knight. Again, that's speculation, but other, rumored villains, of course, a lot of people thought it was going to be Johnny Depp as a Riddler. And then there were other people who thought it might be Black Mask. There's other people who thought it might be Dr. Hugo Strange. Hugo Strange, a particularly interesting villain, because he was always one that was able to determine Batman was the same as Bruce Wayne. And then, of course, there were even other people who thought there's a possibility that Philip Seymour would have been cast as the Penguin. So, once again, these are all rumors, and this is all speculation before Bane and Selina Kyle were revealed. And some people even thought that it might have been Talia al Ghul. She was actually the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, who was actually played in the first film by Liam Neeson in Batman Begins. So and there were even rumors that the Mad Hatter. I don't know. I mean, there's so many Batman supervillains. But those were a couple that people thought it might have been. Deadshot was another one. But my thing is, who knows? I think I personally feel that Bane is a good choice in Selina Kyle, Catwoman. But I honestly personally feel, out of respect to everybody, that no one's going to be able to top Heath Ledger's Joker performance. I mean, how can you? And let's be honest. Joker, in my personal opinion, pretty much puts all the other super villains in Batman's gallery to shame. I mean, there are other good ones like Two-Face, Riddler, Penguin. Well, Penguin, Riddler are kind of cheesy in today's world. But there's Two-Face, Black Mask, and of course Bane. But really, honest to God, none of them, in my personal opinion, just the Joker is just one of the best supervillains ever. I mean, he's just so unique and so unpredictable. It's just really no other villain like him. Not just for the Batman universe, but all of DC universe. I mean, Superman has Lex Luthor, but really all he is just a bald, super rich millionaire, trying to do this and that. And have other villains too, like Darkseid or Darkseid, Doomsday, big tough, aliens that want to punish. But I mean, I don't know. It's just hard to beat the Joker. Joker is such a unique character. But I mean, I know Christopher Nolan does a very good job with the films. I don't think, he's really going to be able. How can you top Heath Ledger's performance? And it probably won't be as good as The Dark Knight because of that very reason, and not just because of Heath Ledger. The whole entire film was amazing. Kristen Bale was again good as Batman. Off through his voice, when it sounded like he had throat cancer. You know, as a Batman, it's hard to understand him. But I mean, that's supposed to be Batman. It's just, and of course, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman, they all did excellent parts too. And of course, Aaron Eckhart, I believe, the one who played Harvey Dent, he did an amazing job too. It was faithful to the comic book series. It is well done. As the first Batman Begins film was well done. So I'm pretty sure that The Dark Knight Rises will be an excellent film because Christopher Nolan, takes the Batman universe to heart, and interesting, he makes it realistic, and he had a Joker instead of Joker falling into a chemical vat and getting his face messed up. This was the Joker who painted his face, so more to the realism, which would be interesting to see what he does with Bane, because in these comic lore, Bane, like I said, uses this venom to make him like a super strong person, almost like, well, not like Superman, but barely super strong. I don't know how Christopher Nolan's gonna make reality of that, but we'll see. And I guess another thing is, you know, if if anybody wants to, excuse me, if anybody wants to find out more rumors about the upcoming film, there is one website. There is one website that's called comic book movies, comicbookmovie.com, comicbookmovie.com, and this is basically like a website devoted to well, comic book movies, so you can just go on that website. You see the Batman logo. Click on that. That will reveal all the updated, latest rumors from time to time. And there's like one where Michael Caine, speaks out on the Dark Knight Rises. As a matter of fact, like what he says is like, this is according to what Michael Caine says. The Dark Knight Rises starts at the end of May. Oh, I thought it was July. But he starts at the end of May, but he hasn't. This Christopher Nolan hasn't finished the script yet. Caine revealed about director Nolan's creative process. I talked to him last week. He's still working on the script. So I'll be the last one, but we're like a family, all of us, not just Batman, but we're done. And this is a quote by Caine. But we're done the Prestige and Inception, he said, regarding Nolan's penchant for working with the same circle of actors in his mind-bending films. Well, but basically, anyway, I don't want to, do this whole quote because, just a lot here and only have so much time. But, uh, if you're interested in this, go to comicbookmovie.com, click on the Bat logo, and there are also other, super comic book movies too. Looks like I'm running out of time, so there'll be one more quick part 3 to conclude us. So be back for part 3.